Let's take a look at the responsorial psalm for the fourth Sunday of Lent, this past Sunday. And it's Psalm 137, and I'll just sing the verse that you probably said or sung at Mass on Sunday. It goes, "Let my tongue be silenced if I ever forget you." Okay? By the streams of Babylon, we sat and wept when we remembered Zion. Or on the aspens of this land, we hung up our harps. Let my tongue be silenced if I ever forget you. We always encourage people in the Connections program to read the entire psalm. So make sure you go to your Bible. It's Psalm 137, and this is the title given to this psalm. It's called Sorrow and Hope in Exile. So the Jewish people are in exile in Babylon. A psalmist there wrote this song or this hymn or this poem, and over the years it's been called Sorrow and Hope in Exile. So here we go. This translation's a little different than the translation we just heard at Mass on Sunday. By the rivers of Babylon, there we sat weeping when we remembered Zion. On the poplars in its midst, we hung up our harps. For there our captors asked us for the words of a song. Our tormentors for joy. Sing for us a song of Zion. But how could we sing a song of the Lord in a foreign land? So that's the first part of the psalm. So let's go back and take a look at it a little bit more. By the rivers of Babylon, there we sat weeping when we remembered Zion. So the Jewish people are in Babylon, they're by the river, and they're weeping. They're filled with sorrow when they remember Zion. And Zion is just another name for the city of Jerusalem. Okay. This is a beautiful image. These are musicians, and they say, on the poplars in its midst, we hung up our harps. It would be like a person, a guitar player, saying, I can't play any songs. I can't play guitar. I'm just going to hang it up on a tree. It's useless. I can't sing happy songs of days long gone. So in the poplars in its midst, we hung up our harps. For there our captors asked us for the words of a song. The Babylonians are making fun of the Jews. Why don't you sing us one of those songs, one of those happy songs that you always sang back there in Jerusalem? They're taunting them, making fun of them. Sing for us a song of Zion. But how could we sing a song of the Lord on a foreign land? That's the first part of the psalm. Okay, now there's going to be a little bit of a shift. Part 2. So here we go. If I forget you, Jerusalem, may my right hand forget. May my tongue stick to my palate if I do not remember you. Now remember, these are musicians. The two most important things for a musician back then who played the harp were his hands to pluck the strings and his voice to sing. So these musicians say, let my right hand wither. May it forget how to work. May my tongue stick to the roof of my mouth and prevent me from singing if I ever forget you, Jerusalem. If I sing happy songs here like these people are wanting me to do, may my hand wither and my tongue forget to speak. If I do not exalt Jerusalem beyond all my delights, if I ever treasure things more than returning home, this is the fate that I hope happens to me. Okay, end of part 2. Little warning, part 3 is gruesome. We never hear part 3 at Mass. Okay, I don't think we ever hear it read in the lectionary. It's really an assault to our modern ears. It's intolerable what's going to be said. But this is the way people thought back then. Here we go, part 3. Remember, Lord, against Edom, that day at Jerusalem. They said, level it down to its foundations. Okay, so Edom was a land to the west of Jerusalem. And the Edomites came and ravaged Jerusalem after the Babylonians had destroyed it, and the Jews were forced into exile. So the Jews had a real strong hatred of the Edomites because of what they did. So remember, Lord, against Edom, because they said, level it, let's tear down this city to its very foundations. Then they turned their anger against Babylon. So now the Jews are saying to God, desolate daughter Babylon, you shall be destroyed. Blessed the one who pays you back what you have done to us. Last verse. Blessed the one who seizes your children and smashes them against the rock. Okay, super offensive to our modern ears. But that's the way this psalm ends. Blessed the one who seizes your children, and this is what it means, kind of seizes them by the feet and smashes them against the rock. Okay? There's different ways of translating that. Sometimes it's translated as smashes their brains against the rock. Okay. So, this is the Bible. I'm not making it up, not trying to sugarcoat it. But there's a lot of passion in the Bible. And, this is written 2,500 years ago. And we have to be careful how we read these things, but the worst thing is not to read them. So again, I would encourage you, read Psalm 127, read the footnotes, that's always important. And this is what's important in the Connections program. We encourage people to reflect on it prayerfully and see how these readings, the first reading, the Psalm, the second reading, the Gospel, how they may relate to your life. Okay, so just encourage you to do that. Thanks everyone. Come back tomorrow, we'll take a look at the second reading.